Oh, yeah, we're doing it. Wait for it.
This has been our honor to play a little concert for you before the festivities begin, and this final piece is called Coronado's Gold. It will feature Hunter De Leon on the trumpet solo. Thank you so much. One more round of applause for our band seniors down here in cap and gown.
Seniors, dismiss! Great work, everybody. Okay, the whole band on a B-flat concert. Ready, 4. We go back to group 4 again, including the saxophone. It could be. Oh, wait. Oh. All you helper people, help me get these music piles down so they don't blow away. Everybody's music, get it like underneath the chair foot. It'll be really stable if you put it underneath the chair foot.
I think everything has to be okay.
Can I hear you ask, Lindsay? A little teeny under, if you can lift it up a little bit. Let me hear the B flat. Super high. Give us a B flat, Shin, on the back. Right. You have a B flat on the back? Play in the low A flat. Just come up.
Let's hope water.
Thanks for your good hard work again. Remember that we all need to pitch in on the way home. Everything goes except for stands, chairs, timpani, and bass drum. So there's lots of percussion back there that needs to be moved back to the band room. But leave the timpani and the bass drum at the end of the afternoon. You can leave your clips on your music stand at the end of the afternoon. Come back around and grab them. Thanks, Vanessa. Give her a little money, mate. Yeah.
Good afternoon. My name is Allison Larson, principal of Edmonds-Woodway High School, and I would like to welcome all of you to the 2021 commencement exercises for Edmonds-Woodway High School. Ladies and gentlemen, would you please help me first in welcoming the staff of Edmonds-Woodway as they join us today. And now, I invite you to stand for the processional of the class of 2021. remain standing for our national anthem sung by the Mellow Airs.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight? For the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free, of the free, and the home of the brave, home of the brave.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Mr. Bergevin, Ms. Reese, and our excellent Edmonds-Woodway musicians. I would like to begin with our land acknowledgement today. We acknowledge the original inhabitants of this place, the Snohomish people, and their successors, the Tulalip tribes, who since time immemorial have taken care of, hunted, fished, and gathered on these lands. We respect their sovereignty, their right to self-determination, and we honor their sacred spiritual connection with the land and the water. By acknowledging these homelands, we commit to work with tribal nations to further the education aims they have identified in our classrooms and schools. And today is a special day, not just graduation day, but June 19th or Juneteenth. Please welcome one of our graduates, Mary Paul Nyamke, as we take a moment to acknowledge this important date. Mary Paul is also joined by the Edmonds-Woodway Black Student Union, who will stand in solidarity.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is My fault. My name is Mary Paul Nyamke, and today I have the honor to speak on the importance of today. According to the history, the independence of America is July 4th, 1776. In reality, this was the day that America was freed from the grasp of Britain. Juneteenth, also known as Freedom Day, Jubilee Day, Emancipation Day, is what is known as the Second Independence of America. On June 19, 1865, Union General Gordon traveled to Galveston, Texas, and announced that the Civil War had ended and the 200,000 slaves that were held in Texas were now free. Many people believe that the Emancipation Proclamation that was given by President Abraham freed all of the slaves, when truth be told, it only freed the slaves that lived near the Union lines. To say that African Americans were able to enjoy their newfound freedom and take hold of their lives after being put through such inhumane conditions is nothing less of a fairy tale. The history of Juneteenth is dark and complex. Nevertheless, my people were able to find and rejoice and celebrate during these hard times. To my fellow brothers and sisters, may today be symbolic and remind you that you not only graduated on this day, but you graduated on Juneteenth. Let's come together to recreate a new fairy tale that our great ancestors would be proud about. Our ancestors endured undeniable sacrifices for us to live and carry out our freedom. It is our responsibility to take advantage of our freedom going forward after today. Strong Black brothers and sisters came together to sing gospels and read the proclamation. Red foods and drinks were eaten at this gathering to remember the blood and the souls of the innocent. Even though slavery was not officially abolished until December 18, 1865, Juneteenth is the day that is used to commemorate the end of those who had been enslaved. Also to point out, this year, the Washington legislature approved Juneteenth as a state holiday. As of Thursday, 2 days ago, Juneteenth is now a federal holiday. I felt like we should acknowledge the importance of today. Thank you. My name is Marie Paul Nyamke, a senior and a proud member of BSU.
Thank you, Mary Paul. Members of the School Board of Directors, Superintendent Balderas, Assistant Superintendent Schwab, Edmonds-Woodway High School staff, students, families, guests, and above all, graduates. In March of 2020, a worldwide pandemic closed Edmonds-Woodway High School, and everything changed. I am certain the end of your junior year and your senior year have not been what you expected or hoped they would be. You have missed your turn to take part in many Edmonds-Woodway traditions, but also through this time of disappointment, uncertainty, and change, you fill me with gratitude and give me hope. You have continued your education, applied for colleges, found jobs. You have cared for your family members. Your generation and many of you have spoken out against hate and racism and spoken for wellness and peace. In celebration of your accomplishments this day, June 19th, 2021, our graduation ceremony day is your day. You made it. To help each of you, right. To help each of you celebrate, each of you have a gift bag on your chair or under your chair, provided by our Edmonds-Woodway senior parents. There's several gifts in this bag. Today you found water and snacks, but also I want to draw your attention to just a few other gifts. To help you remember where you're from, your neighborhood, and good times with your friends, you have a Dick's gift card. To help you through the long days of college or work ahead that adulthood brings, you also have a coffee gift card. And a very special item. Your gift bag also includes a book of gradgrams, and these are messages that were compiled from your family, friends, and teachers to inspire you, to remind you that you are always loved. And finally, I ask that we include Edmonds-Woodway spirit beads to remind you that you are always a warrior and you have a little something to wear when you return to Edmonds-Woodway for homecoming. And yes, someday we will be able to have a homecoming celebration. Class of 2021 warriors, your senior year has been tough, but you should stand proud of what you have accomplished and where you are headed. This year proves that you have the strength to face challenges and the experience to appreciate every moment. So right now, during this ceremony, pause, take a deep breath, and enjoy this moment as we celebrate your graduation. Congratulations to each and every one of you. I would like to take this moment to introduce our honored guests that are here with us today. Edmonds School Board President, Deborah Kilgore. Edmonds School Board Director, Ann McMurray. Superintendent, Dr. Gustavo Balderas. And Assistant Superintendent, Greg Schwab. They're sitting behind me in the tent. I would also like to introduce my assistant principals who are somewhere out there with the graduates, Mr. Jesse Goodsky and Mr. Jay Etnier. Also joining us today are our name readers, Mr. Dave Millette and Mr. Nick Wellington. Our graduate usher, Mr. Bruce Mint. And our faculty speaker, Miss Brianne Townsend. And hidden somewhere in the wings of the stadium, because she doesn't like a lot of attention, is Sandy Metzger. I want to acknowledge and thank you for being our senior class advisor this year. As is our tradition, one student was selected by their fellow graduates to speak on his aspirations and school experiences. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome this year's student selected speaker, Mr. Colin McAfee.
Wow, this is crazy. I haven't talked to a group bigger than like 7 in the past year and a half, and now we're here. Before I start, I want to give you all a little insight onto how this speech was written. Wanting to remain true to my academic history here at Edmonds-Woodway, this speech is reflective of my entire body of high school work, written last night and largely plagiarized. For the teachers in the audience, that was of course a joke. Please let me graduate it. And while I'm at it, Senora Guzman, please round my grade. Not a joke, don't know why people are laughing. The other piece I want you all to know is kind of the hardest challenge faced when writing a speech in a year like this. You know, on one hand, I think it would be dishonest not to mention the pain of the year. But on the other hand, this should be a celebration, and I want you all to come out of this both proud and happy. I tried to balance that. I'm not sure how good of a job I did, but so it goes. And just so, if none of you laugh at my jokes, I'm just going to assume I'm killing it with the Zoom crowd. I apologize in advance. I digress, and now I'll finally begin. Greetings, graduates, parents, faculty, our wonderful live stream audience. You guys are the best looking group out here. Members of the Edmonds School District and the secretive legends of my high school experience, the brave souls who pulled the fire alarms during finals week every year. Your identity may be unknown, but you are not unappreciated. I would like to quickly give some thank yous to the individuals that helped us get where we all are. Teachers, thank you for being there. Thank you for inspiring us. And thank you for teaching us how to engage with the world meaningfully. It means the world. Parents and guardians, thank you for supporting your graduates. Thank you for all the little ways you helped. And of course, thank you for your love. Friends, that includes you guys. Thank you for your existence in every capacity. I mean it. Now, I would also like to give a few quick personal thank yous. Mom and Dad, you're the reason I'm here today, like on the world, but also on this podium. So thank you. You've taught me, you've put up with me, which is no easy task. And most of all, you've loved me. So thank you. I love you. To my friends, I don't know how you guys have stood beside me for so long, but just know I am so beyond grateful for each and every one of you. Studying with you, eating with you, swimming and running with you, laughing with you, crying with you. Everything we've done together, I treasure. I love you all, and I'm so beyond excited to see the good you're going to do in the world. And finally, thank you, class of 2021, for voting me as graduation speaker. Thank you. Wow. 12:30 in the afternoon, and we're looking great, 2020. Don't know about you, but I've already sweat through my shirt, gown, and sequins leotard. 1 o'clock, what a time. 2:30. I got confused. It's now we'd be sitting down in our 6th or 5th period ready to learn, opening our Chromebooks as the teacher's voice surrounds us with the promise of knowledge. And then we do that thing that all good students do, open our favorite browser game of choice and start playing. It's times like those I'm gonna miss, amongst other things, but definitely mostly that. I'll try to be serious now, Edmonds-Woodway. Sorry, a word got redacted. We freaking did it, Edmonds-Woodway. It doesn't have the same ring to it. We did it, and we did it triumphantly. We have all-state musicians, athletic national champions, some of the smartest, most driven individuals in the country. We have artistic geniuses. We have students who are going to be the first in their family to graduate high school, and students who have overcome housing and food insecurity to be here. We have students who will be attending incredible schools next year, and students who will have a truly profound impact on the workforce as they enter it. Basically, we've achieved so many incredible things as a class that if I tried to list them all, Meadowdale wouldn't get to have a graduation tonight because I'd still be up here. So to all my classmates, I see you, you did it, mad respect. Now, this is all impressive, and yet it's not what makes me so proud of us. What I love about us is that these monikers, these things we do, we are, don't exist in singularity. As warriors, we're all these things and more. We're ASB leaders and sports captains. We're artists and tutors, IB kids and social justice warriors. We're the culmination of each other, our passions, and that ineffable, thank you, Edmonds-Woodway English Department for the word, that ineffable thing that makes us warriors. Now, if you've dozed off by now, it's here where I'd like you to start paying attention. It's strange to think that I was voted for this. Honestly, I think it was because of my sophomore year self. I was far friendlier then. I want to be friends with everyone. Generally, just people liked me more. You know, they were simpler times, if you will. Those quiet days we spent together in English class, being taught how not to use passive voice. Wow, I'm so grateful that that lesson was taught to me. For those of you who didn't get that joke, you might need a refresher on active and passive writing, and I might seriously need to rethink my humor. You know, standing up here, I can't help but reflect a little bit on Juneteenth, no less. How can we joke in times like these? We're incredible things living in remarkably not incredible times. Besides COVID, our world is plagued with all other manner of horrifyingly dangerous things. White supremacy, income inequality, global warming, modern-day fascism, starvation, war, and the removal of women's reproductive rights, just to name a few. And while all these things are busy existing, I'm up here trying to make you laugh, you know? Doesn't feel quite right. Many of these horrors I touched on definitely existed in the non-pandemic landscape, but so many have only been worsened. Things that used to be easy became hard, and things that were hard became impossible. And understand it's been incredibly difficult for everyone, but I've had it infinitely easier than most. And yet my lows still hurt. And it's in these lowest times this year where I think I found something that helps me and could maybe help you. Hopeful pessimism. Understanding we have little control over the going ons that affect us, and acknowledging that there's going to be an inherent vein of pain that courses through our lives. Things like COVID come and blow all our carefully stacked cards down. However, with that knowledge, we must also try to trust that there's a chance we're making something beautiful in this sometimes, often painful process that is life. These beautiful parts come in our connections to one another, in things that inspire us, in good art, making each other laugh, and making each other cry, in patient love, and in leaving the world a little bit better than we found it. That is beautiful. That is beyond beautiful, right? And that's what I hope, that's what I try, and I hope you all try to remember. Life may get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. And that's what I think matters. Music is made from the silences between the notes, just like our highs are treasured because of our lows. So now, I want to take a moment to recognize our lows so we can all scream our highs. Our lows, the days we couldn't get out of bed to open Zoom, the anxiety only curable by standing barefoot in the grass, the friends you drifted from, side-swept dreams, those we lost this year and those we never got to meet. The hardest parts of this year distilled into memory. In other words, it sucked. It still kind of sucks. It sucked for everyone, not equally, but it still sucked. And there's no way around it. That's the pessimism I think is necessary in truth. But it will get better. Or I should reframe, we will get better. It's all we can do. By remaining hopeful in the absolute that life fluctuates but improves, the pessimism becomes bearable. Remember, you're here. You've made it this far. This last winding down of the year isn't the victory lap we deserve. It's a stumbling finish. And no matter how much these last miles hurt, know that you're still running. You're still running over these ups and downs, and that is incredible. So while we're tripping towards this year's finish line, please try to be hopeful when you can and trust that you were magnificent. Trust that you were beautiful, and know that you were and are something to be celebrated. And you'll always be that. You will always be that. You're probably all thinking, how's he going to dig this speech out of this weird hole? And to that, I say, poorly. But so it goes. As I waste away the last of my time, Edmonds-Woodway, I would just like to say, thank you for this opportunity, and I hope you're all, in one way or another, happy. You deserve it. Thank you.
Thank you, Colin. In addition to our student speaker, each year graduating seniors select a member of our staff to speak at their graduation. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce this year's staff speaker, Ms. Brianne Townsend.
It's really hard to follow Colin, but I'll try my best. Welcome graduates, parents, family members, staff, administration, and distinguished guests. My name is Brienne Townsend, and I have had the incredible opportunity to teach science at Edmonds-Woodway for the past 16 years. To say that this year might be the most memorable year of my teaching career would be an immense understatement. I am incredibly honored to have been selected by the class of 2021 to serve as their staff graduation speaker. But to be honest, I was a little surprised. I mean, I'm not the funniest teacher at Edmonds. That would definitely go to Millette or Wabe, maybe even Christ. Nor am I the most talented like Bergevin or Johnson. I'm definitely not the most clever. That distinction would go to Martell or Wellington. I don't even have great hair like Elsner or Newman. But upon many days of reflection, I think I finally figured it out. You chose me because you, class of 2021, are a lot like me. You are nurturers. You care so much about the world around you and making it a better place. Or maybe it's because you knew I would cry. Whatever the reason, I am honored. And I did bring my Kleenex. Thank you all for coming today to be part of this momentous event. These 4 years have been long in the making, and this past year has made these 4 years seem that much longer. 465 days ago, the world as we knew it drastically changed. Little did we know on that day what the year ahead had in store for us. I am ever the optimist, and I'm forever looking for the silver lining in every cloud. But I have to admit that at times it has been really difficult to find the silver linings in the thundercloud that has been COVID. This year has undoubtedly been the most challenging of my career. The thing that I am best at, building relationships in the classroom, in person with students, was crudely stripped away from me. You, my dear students, had a senior year that I am sure was nothing like you ever envisioned. All of the events and celebrations that you have looked forward to since you were little have been absent or incredibly different this year. Yet, we can count ourselves as incredibly fortunate because despite the fact that we had a really challenging year, we are still here. There are so many people around the world that have not been as fortunate as we have been, and this pandemic has not been proportionate in its impact across our country or the world. I don't remind you of these facts to bring us down, but rather to remind us to always have hope and to always do more. Robert F. Kennedy once said, "Each time a man stands up for an ideal or acts to improve the lot of others or strikes out against injustice, he sends forth a tiny ripple of hope. And crossing each other from a million different centers of energy and daring, those ripples build a current that can sweep down the mightiest wall of oppression and resistance." You have already started making ripples, but I know that you will go out into the world and be a great, big, beautiful wave of change. You have made it through an incredibly tumultuous time in our history, but today we are here to celebrate you. You are undoubtedly the most caring and giving group of people I have ever met. You care a great deal about things in our community and environment. Our Student Saving Salmon Club that has continued the hard work of restoring salmon populations in Edmonds. Our Acts of Kindness Club that wrote heaps of cards to senior citizens in our community during the pandemic. Our DECA Club that has tried valiantly to collect food donations for our families in need in our community. Our Environmental Club that contributed to the cleanup of over 500 pounds of trash from our beaches on Earth Day this year. And fundraiser upon fundraiser from our ASB, among other things. Shortly after school closed down last year, and I was feeling at my lowest point, I received an email from some of you wonderful graduates with a beautiful video telling me how much you missed me and that it would be okay. You were dealing with a terrifying change to your life, and yet you were more concerned about my well-being. It was a small act of kindness, but meant the world to me. That is just a small indication of your heart and how much you care. You have rallied around each other and kept us all going. In a year where it felt like everything was going wrong, you still looked for the good. Contrary to what some may say, we all learned a lot during this time. Some of you learned how to join a Zoom meeting while at the same time getting a few more hours of sleep. You learned the delicate art of using LED lights to enhance your Zoom background. You learned to love and then probably hate Pear Deck and Cami and Edpuzzle. Some of your teachers learned how to finally use a Google Doc. Mr. Philman. All of your teachers learned through the wonder of wearing a mask all day that teacher coffee breath is a real and horrible thing. Some of us learned the joys of really awesome Netflix series like The Tiger King and Cobra Kai. We all learned how to smile with our eyes. We all learned to love our pets that much more. We all learned to value family time a bit more. And then very quickly, some of us couldn't wait for our kids to just be back in school. But I think most importantly, we learned how much we really need each other and how incredibly important the human connection is. As this pandemic wore on, all I could think about was how much I missed hugging my friends, especially Mrs. Heckinger. She gives the best hugs. It seems like such a simple thing, but it became the thing I missed the very most. And let me tell you, as soon as I was past my 2 weeks vaccinated, I was running around hugging anyone who would let me. I will never, ever take hugs for granted again. As the great Drew Barrymore said, I love hugging. I wish I was an octopus so I could hug 10 people at a time. Poor Drew. She obviously didn't take my class because she would know the octopuses could actually only hug 8 people at once, but you get the idea. In my marine science and IB marine biology classes, one of the most important things I teach is the impact that we as individuals can have on our marine environment and how action by one can make a huge difference. We can form positive relationships with that environment, or we can negatively impact that environment with the smallest change. The relationships that we have with each other work in the same way. One small act of kindness can make a vital difference to the person upon which you bestow that act. Graduates, as you go forth into the world, know that within you right now is the power to make great change and accomplish amazing feats through simple actions. Each one of you is capable of achieving great things, and though it may seem cliche to say so, you are capable of saving the world by simply doing what you do best, caring. The world you are about to inherit is ready for you to make a better place. You just have to believe you can. We believe that you can. 10 years from now, you may not remember my astounding words of wisdom, or that it was even me up here on this podium. What you will remember is all of the extraordinary friendships you made, the incredible hurdles you have overcome to get here, the extreme pride of your family and teachers, and just an incredible sense of accomplishment. What I will remember is raucous homecoming celebrations of the past, small glimpses of smiling faces on Zoom, my happiness on April 19th when I finally got to open the doors of my classroom to you, and all of you sitting here today ready to embark on your incredibly bright and promising futures. My parting words for you today are from a poem that some of you might recognize from Nikita Gill. Every time you think you are broken, know that you are never really breaking. No one can break an ocean. Darling, all you are doing is breaking the glass that is holding you back, diving deeper into your own depths, discovering yourself in pockets of the most somber waves, rebuilding your heart with coral, with seaweed, with moon-colored sand dust. So stop trying to hold yourself back inside that glass. It was never meant to hold you. Instead, break it, shatter it into 1,000 pieces, and become who you were always meant to be, an ocean, proud and whole. Thank you and congratulations, class of 2021. We love you and we are so proud of you.
Thank you, Ms. Townsend. And now we have a music selection from our own EWHS Mellow Airs, and they will perform a song called Desert Song.
I bet when you see the ocean, you're drawn to the strength inside the waves. But if you get caught within the ocean, the undertow will lose away. I bet when you reach the ocean, can't wait to sink your toes into the sand. Instead you will sink into the ocean and watch your heart fall slowly from your hands. Oh. She's calling, calling. She's calling, calling. She's calling, calling. She's calling. Someday you will reach the desert, held by the warmth within the skies. Breathe in the exhale of the desert and see yourself reflected in her eyes. The moment you reach the desert, you realize she's been singing a song of life and love. To your surprise, you're singing with the desert. You've always known the words to sing along. You have a voice to share. You have a voice. You have a voice. You're coming home where you belong. She's calling. is calling.
Thank you, Mellow Airs. That was beautiful. Our final speaker today was selected by our staff to speak at commencement. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Batia Asalafo. Edmonds-Woodway staff, members of our academic community, guests, and of course, graduates. I'm excited, grateful, and a little overwhelmed to be standing here in front of you on a day that a lot of us have been looking forward to for a very long time. I'm super honored to have been given a few minutes to wrap up the past 4 years of our lives and hopefully leave you with some inspiration. I'm going to try to stick to the script and keep it short, but I'm not even going to be hurt if whoever's running the sound system right now just kind of cuts the mics, because it would just be karma for what I've been doing for the past year and a half over Zoom. I'm going to try to talk to all of my graduates specifically today. Trying to give a speech that's going to resonate with every graduate here and speak to each of our stories is literally an impossible task. Because as the reality is, high school meant a lot of different things for each of us. I could stand up here all day and try to speak with all the nuance and understanding, and still that wouldn't be enough to encompass the obstacles faced, triumphs achieved, and everything else in between that has defined the past 4 years, and what is now an era that we're finally saying goodbye to. I personally have never been a fan of goodbyes, that feeling of time ticking until you have to part ways, trying to soak in a moment before it's over. And a good chunk of these past few weeks have been defined by that feeling, not even because high school was the most flawless, smooth, or enjoyable time of my life, but because this feels like the end of what is familiar and comfortable. The familiarity in faces we've grown up with, relationships and comfortability we've grown into, the routines that we settled into, then had disrupted, and then rebuilt into a new normal. This goodbye will mean something different for all of us. It will carry every emotion possible. But I believe many of us will find it pretty sad. And for a while, I did too. Over the past few weeks, the reality that I'll likely never see a vast majority of my classmates ever again really began to settle in. I began to think of so many different individuals, from those of you I've gone to school with for over a decade to those who are just a familiar face in the hallways. I thought of my closest friends and I thought of strangers. We will never be in a classroom, theater, assembly, stadium, or Zoom meeting surrounded by others in the Edmonds-Woodway class of 2021 ever again. Kind of sad, right? But as I reflected, I realized I am completely okay with that. And I say that from a place of the deepest affection, admiration, and gratitude for my fellow 2021 graduates and Edmonds-Woodway High School. Because although we will move on, move away, and move forward onto different paths in life, and we won't be in these spaces again, we will never truly say goodbye to high school. And I don't mean that in a weird, peaked in high school and can never move on sort of way, or that if high school felt like the worst time of your life, I don't mean that you're defined by it either. I mean that our time at Edmonds-Woodway has shaped us for better or for worse. Or maybe more accurately, for better and for worse. Looking back on my experience going through the American public school system, I can only speak through my experience and my perspective and what it was like to go through it as a young, first-gen Ethiopian American girl. For every high, there were just as many lows. And I want to be clear that these years cannot be reduced down to a binary. They were not just good or just bad. They carried hardship and pain, but they carried perseverance and joy. And every single person here today graduating is a testament to that. And what a better day than Juneteenth to acknowledge the fact that mountains were moved so that we could all be standing here today.
And us standing here is the culmination of all that. Many are the first in their families to reach this point, and as much as this milestone is one to be celebrated, it's also necessary to acknowledge that many aren't here with us for no reason other than they did not have the opportunities or specific circumstances that we were so blessed to have. Today on Juneteenth and graduation, I see the importance of highlighting Black joy and celebration just as much as Black trauma. Not to hide the harsh reality of modern struggles versus the simple well-being of many Black individuals. Our existence cannot be reduced down to abuse and trauma. And this is something that everyone can take from every single person in the stadium. Our personal pain and joy are not mutually exclusive. In fact, they are very much intertwined. We are each products of the different relationships, experiences, environments of our lives thus far, many of which are tied to our time in high school. I know that today, among many other things, I'm the product of late night homework grinds, every celebration, every awkward interaction, and all the other things that made up high school. I'm the product of going online for a year and a half. And I'm not here off my own strength alone. And I don't think that there's anyone here today that's also graduating that can say otherwise. I'm the product of a priceless community, a support system of so many understanding teachers and mentors, my beautiful, amazing friends, and of course, my irreplaceable family, who I couldn't get up here and not take a second to appreciate and thank. My mom, dad, and brother have sacrificed and supported me in every way that they know how. My grandmother is actually here from Ethiopia to see me graduate. I can see her smiling at me. Oh my God. Because even with the language barrier, even when we were separated by continents, her prayers of love and support are something I see in every good thing in my life, and I credit every success to. Hi Grandma, በጣም ነው በወድሽ እና ስለዚህ ስለመጣሽ በጣም አመሰግናለሁ. So, my fellow graduates, make of this goodbye what you want. Hold on to the good parts, leave the bad, cherish the good times for what they are, and understand that while the hard times are part of our stories, they don't define us either. What we've experienced and the perspectives we gained are what make us capable and unique. This next chapter is not something to be fearful of, but something to step into with confidence. And it's this confidence that makes it easier to step out of this chapter, not with sadness, but with gratitude. I am okay with this goodbye because I know that the lessons and relationships of high school are a part of who I am now, and it is not a goodbye forever. And if not in like the deep metaphorical way, well, at least I have graduation in like 10 years, so it's fine. And that can either be very scary or very comforting, but if you're like me and you want to see all of us again, then see you then. So as much as there's a bittersweet side to growing up, graduating, and going on to the next chapter and whatever it holds, there's also comfort in letting go, stepping into the unknown, and knowing that these highs and lows will be parts of our stories that we carry with us. So with that, one final goodbye and congratulations to my fellow Edmonds-Woodway High School class of 2021 graduates. Thank you.
Thank you, Batia. Many of our seniors have a significant number of scholastic achievements that they and their families can be very proud of. We recognize many of these during our Class of 2021 Senior Recognition webinar. However, I would like to take a few moments today to recognize a few select groups of graduates for their outstanding academic performance throughout their high school career. We have 54 of our students that are wearing the silver honor cord over their graduation gowns. This signifies that they have achieved a 4-year grade point average between 3.3 and 3.59. Students who are wearing the silver honor cords, will you please stand? Thank you. 120 students have earned gold honor cords to be worn over their gowns. This signifies achieving a grade point average of 3.6 to 4.0 over 4 years. Students wearing gold honor cords, will you please stand? Thank you. Some of our students pursue an Associate of Arts degree in the Running Start program at the community college, while simultaneously pursuing a high school diploma at Edmonds-Woodway. Will all students who are simultaneously earning your AA degree along with your high school diploma please stand? Thank you. And 78 students are wearing white stoles. This signifies that they will be earning an International Baccalaureate diploma. Edmonds-Woodway is one of 13 schools in the state of Washington to offer the International Baccalaureate program. These students have completed the full IB program during the past 4 years, earned their assessment scores, and are awaiting the issuance of their IB diploma from Geneva, Switzerland. Would our full IB diploma students please stand? Thank you. Finally, we have 11 graduating seniors who, during all 4 years of their high school career, have accomplished an incredible feat. These students have earned a perfect 4.0 grade point average. Will the following students please stand? Olivia Bond, Connor Bryan, Emma De Cesare, Zachary Foreman, Joseph Gutierrez, Matthew Jack, Kaylin Riley, Jacob Sawyer, Emma Sjogren, Sophia Sennett, and Dylan Strauss. Thank you and congratulations to all of these seniors who have worked so hard. We are now at the moment these seniors have been waiting for all year, the presentation of the class and the awarding of the diplomas. It is my pleasure to introduce our ASB president, Tony Dickinson, who will present the class of 2021.
Ms. Larson, Director Kilgore and McMurray, Dr. Valderez, Mr. Schwab, faculty, family members, and guests. The class of 2021 round represents the products of all efforts of family, faculty, and the students of Edmonds-Woodway High School. We prepared for this movement through many classes and activities that have developed our personal, creative, and academic profile. We are ready to take the next step into adulthood with the hope that we will be lifelong learners and responsible world citizens. Ms. Larson, it is my honor to present the class of 2021 with the presentation of diplomas.
Tony's much taller than me. Thank you, Tony. School Board Directors, Dr. Balderas, and Mr. Schwab. It is my pleasure to present to you our class of 2021 graduates. Would the class of 2021 please prepare to receive your diplomas? This year's name readers are Mr. Dave Millett, EDUB Science Teacher, and Mr. Nick Wellington, EDUB IB Coordinator.
Bethlehem Solomon Anulo. I'm going to wait for a minute. Sorry, Allison. Quentin Tyree Nunez Jones. Ote Alamayu Gujo. Matthew Ralos Del Prado. Baylor Dankinger. Angela Elise Van Pelt. Celia Santi Shin. Cesar Chagoya Gomez. Pearl Mai Nea Moa. Caden Michael Collingridge. Yeah. Marie Paul Nyamke. Hunda Welrabu. Richie Le Fan. Zainab Najeh Al Rubai. Dane Smith. Viviana Loreto. Carla Cordova Espinosa. Jackson Edward Heroyan. Jakob Berhain. Shannon Marie Gunning. Nam Anthony Cortezo. Oh, we're Richard Anthony Tran. Camila Valero. Cecilia May Smith. Kaylee Amanda Golding. Okay. Isabella Cantu. Thank you, sir. Hayabel Waldesian Andamariam. Thank you. Ryson Jurdy Yabu. Mariana Rolon. Emma Adele Shogren.
Ahmar Al-Ghanem.
Lydia Noel Biggs.
Jackson Quinn Wong.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Ariana Rose Burr.
Micah Jesse Tolbert.
Nicole Elizabeth Fuller.
Haley Kendall Catton.
Hang on, Michael. Maxwell Joseph O'Neill. Thank you, sir.
Kyle Winkle.
Gilberto Martinez.
Alexianne Centers.
Nahom Johannes.
Faith Savannah Bongsute.
Got it. Helen Lisbeth Garcia Pineda.
Daria Dvorska.
Monet Alexandra Medeiros.
Caden James Edwards.
Natalia Vanessa Martinez.
Mina Lee.
Thank you. Come on up. Deborah Marcos.
Marcus Warren.
Anissa Rain Thomas.
Kayla Marie Johnson.
Ryan Chanyong Park.
Alexander Michael Glaros.
Raylan Destiny. Raylan Destiny Auckland.
Simon Archer Albrecht.
Garrett Lee Anderson.
Kira Nicole Augustamar.
Leland D'Angelo Bishop.
Rebecca Christine Drummond.
Got it. Yep. Dominic Cleveland Farley.
Annika Forsyth.
Thanks, Michelle. Michelle Akia Fosu.
Brooklyn Michael Fox.
All right, Brooklyn. Patrick Freebase.
David Joshua Gonzalez.
Emmett Joseph McKillen.
Derek Michael Mentel.
Tomoe Francis Millet.
Aaron Diaz.
Tufik Abud Majalani.
Cesar Aguirre.
Caston Dylan Welsh.
Wesley Nicholas Lundgren.
Kohei Jonathan Parle.
Meliana Valentin.
All right. Yep.
Caleb Jesse Morris.
Andre Gerard Stronsky.
Miguel Armando Lunar Martinez.
Yai Sane.
Brendan James Baldock.
Jack Samuel Schlenger.
John Thomas Bachman.
I know you. Logan Connor Pocious.
Maria Rosa Morales.
Heather Joy Gideon.
Jeanette Mangpantai Mahino.
Caddy Conjira.
Jeff Kai Plum.
Raiden Sadako Emery.
Sophie Jeanette Sinnott.
Jillian Noel Beam.
Jordan Bell Beatty.
Jacob Geschke Sawyer. Thank you.
Darren Daniel Hartano.
Alyssa Zuyin Fuji.
Emily Genevieve Gergen.
Evan Jin Gray.
Rachel Antha Huang.
Moment of truth, I got it. Emma Claudette De Cesare.
Abigail Shiying Lin.
Good to see you again. Ariana Brienne Nygren.
Bella Ray Stone.
Natalie Isabel Paulson.
Ava Kaiulani Gardner.
Maggie Jean McGinnis.
Taylor Angelique Schindler.
Ella Violet Zoloff.
Lara Juliana Andres.
Makes me happy. Maya Catherine Russell Hoff.
Sienna Marie Samioni. Quan Lin Win.
Matthew Joseph Lacambra.
Nathan Alexander Smith.
Way to go, Smitty. Logan Michael Burry.
Dylan Satyam Sackett.
Connor Lucas Bryan.
Samuel John Thompson.
Alyssa Shayna Barnett.
Dorothea Jewel Cucci.
Giovanna Abrao. Thank you, sir.
Bea Kite Aguirre.
Amadou B. Jallo.
Asil Ibrahim.
Thank you, sir. Yep. Got it. Say hi to your sister. Dylan Allen Rundorf. Hamid Yassin Abid.
Isabel Mia Palmer.
Layla Shoaib Ismail.
Lily Lavinia Utaanga Helotu Hakalo.
Right. Okay. Danelli Huerta Robles. Thank you.
Tomas Theodoro
Here
Brodniak.
you go. Thank you. Sophie Marie Udell.
Sean Patrick Butler.
Yep. Thank you. Sophia Giselle Chamorro. Thank you, sir. Jackson Jerome Metz.
Stephen Yunshik Song.
Thank you. Kaylee Marissa Gustafson.
Samira Hain.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Neil Verma Traver.
Dylan Ayana Johnson Ross.
Rafael Dominic Pescador Jose.
Mason Michael Carr.
Orlene Alberto Montufa C.
I got it. Okay. Forrest Magnar Newton.
Joseph Carl Oscarson.
Like your haircut. Liam Andrew Palmer.
Benjamin Emmett Pratt.
Thank you. Let's go. Ethan Mitchell Welt. Good job, Ethan.
Omar Andres Bejarano Oseguera.
Thank you. Ian Winyaki Bashir.
Nathaniel Roberto Leva Soto.
Ellie Phoenix Porter.
Michael Antonio Hernandez Ramos. Kel William Colony.
Reese Hamilton Lecomte.
Navani Swanson.
Nicoletta Jolie Angeles.
Emma Michaela Gibson.
Nicholas Maxwell Anderson.
Camila Rafaela Alban.
Lena Desta.
Kayla Junyan Druxman.
Carson David Towler.
Shaylee Marie Small.
Malika Yan.
Nevaeh Simone Gary.
Rochelle Consolacion Torrio.
Lara Atef Isaac.
Hannah Elise Johnston.
Noelle Lynn Becker.
Connor Jade Gibbs.
Logan Michael Schnitzius.
Okay. Alexander Scott Obby.
Nathan Patrick McLaughlin.
Sarah Long Singeo.
Lily Grace Margaret Peterson.
Angel Alder Noriega. Christina Dae Meza.
Aiden Lee Salas.
Kaylin Claire Riley.
Jacqueline Kaylin Camacho.
Winston James Munn.
Elia Sochil Guzman.
Eva Simone Kushansky.
Clara Louise Guyett.
Sarah Colette Johnson.
Haley Francis Nanashi.
Caroline Atlin Fields.
Chloe Francis Cook.
Thank you, sir. Josiah Ponton.
Claudia Jolie Cano.
Evan Michael Graves.
Tyler Dale Warham.
Sebastian Sanchez Ortega.
Cesar Ivan Conchola.
Thank you, sir. Bubakar Darbo.
Dagmawi Sema.
Emran Abdul Qadir. Paula Loriano Medina. Congratulations.
Brooke Desiree Breyer.
Nathaniel Richard Perdomo. Cynthia Montes.
Daniela Peña Torres.
Lucas Randall Ingham.
Jaden Michael Curry.
Abigail Ella Hamlin.
Elias James Perdomo.
Nathaniel Emmanuel Jermai.
Steele Richard Swinton.
Oh, got it. Charlie Malone David Finch. Nadneo Nagasi.
Thomas Mnetu.
Yubin Cho.
George Emmanuel Cartono.
Ashton Price King. Audrey Elizabeth Wilkinson.
Olivia Nicole Bond.
Kira Marie Strand.
Sota Leo Kitahara.
Jer Ramirez.
It's been a long time, Hannah.
Maximiliano Jose Said Silvera.
Hannah Catherine Singer. Okay, switch. Okay. Jaskaran Singh.
Diego Andres Sirit Cohen.
Maddox Javoyan Stojkovic.
Charm Pomachan.
Edwin Daniel Oriana.
Tyler Wolf Ingram.
Hey, Tyler. Miriam Al-Miahi. Nice job.
Batia Asalafo.
Colin Drew McAfee.
Anthony James Dickinson.
Liberty Michael Jinmei Williams.
Timothy Antonio Gakula.
Riley Grace Horton.
Megan Marie Raridan.
Tyler Roy Morgan.
Priscilla Yeyoung Park.
Allison M. Guzman.
Eamon James Wright.
Sasha Toko Gilster.
Emma Lee Sturgill.
Dylan Rivendell Strauss.
Abigail Eileen White.
Jenna Yvonne Billing.
Christian James Heinzig.
Leah Marie Kane.
Ainsley Powell.
Matthew Van Jack. Madeline Lee Reiner.
Bronte Amani Beats.
Ellie Joe Lynch. Zui Jongyun Kumroy.
Rio Milena Filbren.
Joseph Anthony Gutierrez.
Mariah Luann Kijenmej.
Gabriella Nicole Pringle.
Sienna Danielle Smith.
Jacob Thomas Lynch.
Omar Kamran Khan.
Samuel Anthony Bustamante.
Slate Matthias Kolbe.
Zachary Vin Foreman.
Aiden Frederick Eno.
Stephanie Adriana Gutierrez.
Zariah Star Marion Bauer.
Aiden Jack Colombana.
Ethan Clark Murphy.
Chase Elliott Holland.
Annabelle Genevieve Campion.
Aaron Buck.
Hunter Rogers Hornaday.
Charles Edmund Van Horn. Sorry, bud.
Hunter William Strom.
Amanda Michelle Cuzel.
Faith Mulugeta.
Brendan Eli Haverlock.
Nathan Bayani Tesfashion.
Enrique Emmanuel Gonzalez Saavedra.
Jonathan Tinoco Reyes.
Jason Reyes Abrego.
Altamash Abdullah.
Faris Chukashevich. Sorry.
Christopher Michael David.
Hunter James De Leon.
Joseph Dale Pingle de Matillo.
Alan Duckfu Young.
Ala Aguiluz Everett.
Paul Coe.
Daniel Lopez Galvin.
Catherine Grace Lyons.
Emma Elise Glover.
Hold it.
No, you're good.
Colin McIntosh.
Zoe Elizabeth Swift.
Catherine Grace Charnberg. Cindy Fong Tran.
Isaac Jeffrey Va.
Daniel Wijaya.
Noah Joseph Joshua Savitsky.
Lilia Kanani Stewart.
Congratulations, class of 2021. Class of 2021, will you please stand for the singing of our alma mater, led by Mellow Airs.
Where majestic mountains tower near the shores of Puget Sound, stands our honored alma mater, with its memories all around. Ever strong will be our friendships, they'll live on though we depart. We will love you, Edmonds-Woodway, be forever in our hearts.
Thank you, Mellow Air. And class of 2021, please remain standing while I ask Miriam Amiahi, your president, to come forward to direct the class in the changing of the tassel.
Hello, class of 2021. On the count of 3, we will change our tassels from left to right. 1, 2, 3.
Congratulations, class of 2021. We are all very proud of you and wish you the very best in your future. Audience, please remain seated until all the graduates have exited the stadium. The commencement ceremony for the class of 2021 is now officially over. Graduates, congratulations. You may now grab your hats and exit the stadium to the north.